What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Healthy Living Scottsdale podcast. Coach Adam here with Coach Damon and Coach Terra today. We are going to be getting into a topic on hydration. We got the summer months rolling in, quite literally hot. I think 95 high today on March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's not going to be St. Patrick's Day when you hear this, but it is today. So, all right, moving on. As always, we've got a member of the week this week, and today it's going to be Kelly Rudd. What do we got?
Let's go, Kelly.
Let's go, Kelly.
She has been awesome. She is a new client that we've had for the past couple weeks, and she has been absolutely killing it. Been super consistent the whole time through.
At 5 a.m.
Yes, 5 a.m., ready to go. Probably one of the few ladies that do come at 5 a.m., so much respect.
Survival of the fittest in that hour.
Yeah, she absolutely kills it. She's doing it for her kids, and she's just been getting better and better each day. That's all I got. Just keep it up, Kelly.
Right on, Kelly. Nice work, nice work. All right, so today, talking about something that's very important, yet very simple and often overlooked, I would say, but makes a massive difference when it comes to your workouts and just honestly maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and that is hydration. And we're trying to kind of tee this up, line this up in coordination here with the summer months coming around. So obviously when the temperature's getting hot outside, body has to work a lot harder to keep you cool. And then on top of that, if you are exercising in an already hot environment, it's a little bit of a double whammy there. So basically how to replace fluids that you're losing, and fluids, not only water, but electrolytes, and we'll get into things like that. But it's going to help with your performance, recovery, and basically just overall safety while you're working out, right? Because we're just trying to perform at the best that we can. So getting into section one of this on why hydration matters as far as it comes to performance. Damon, you want to take away maybe a couple, let's break it down into a few different sections here on how it can affect performance here in the gym during the workouts.
So one thing that we got to understand is that our body holds 60% water when it comes to how our whole body functions. So one of the big things that we need to understand is that we have to have temper regulation. So what that means is that while you're working out,
Temper or temperature?
Temperature.
Okay.
Did I say
temper regulation is a real thing? Continue.
I did not know I said it like that.
Temperature
Whoops.
regulation, yep.
Thank you. Anyways, so when you work out, your body is producing a lot of heat, and the way that your body releases that heat is through our sweat. And so when we are losing sweat, we are losing the water out of our body. So when you think about it, when the heat stays in your body and you're not sweating it out, your body heat is going to get so hot to the point where your muscles are going to fatigue faster. In this case, you will lose strength, lose your endurance, and also speed. And there's also your cardiovascular efficiency. When you're dehydrated, your blood volume decreases, and the forces of your heart have to work harder to be able to pump oxygen through your body, to be able to make your muscles work even harder, and hence makes you fatigue even more. Those are a couple facts that we have about why hydration is very meaningful when we work out.
Yeah, and even really small margins of dehydration, like even a 2% dehydration mark from, your average, you should be consuming, we're going to get into a little bit later, but around 7 to 10 ounces of water every about, 15 to 20 minutes of exercise. Even like a 2% kind of, insufficiency or a lack of
2%
drop. Yep. It can definitely decrease your performance, and it's pretty noticeable, like not just to yourself, because you're probably feeling hot and fatigued, but it's you can physically, if we're watching somebody on the floor, there are tells for sure that you can tell someone's dehydrated. Moving on to what happens when you're actually dehydrated. Terra, you want to take away a little bit of that, maybe like some signs and symptoms, or if you're thirsty, it's too late kind of thing?
Well, exactly. If you're feeling thirsty, it's already too late. Your body has already dropped significantly, and it's telling you we need water now.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yesterday.
bypassed the we
We need
bypassed
water
that
yesterday.
8 ounces every 15 minutes. Like, no, get water in us now.
Yep.
Like, the biggest symptom that I personally have when I am dehydrated is a headache.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's the first thing I
The
feel.
worst
Like,
when you're
oh,
lifting too.
man.
The worst.
Yeah, probably the last thing to drink right here. So,
Shout out Red Bull.
shout
Damon on that Red Bull live.
But yeah,
Sponsor
so
me.
he's hydrated. Yeah.
Don't worry.
So the different symptoms: headaches, as Damon was stating earlier, getting that fatigue, happening faster. Another big one, especially working out, is muscle cramps. That's a telltale sign that you are dehydrated. Along with that headache, feeling dizzy, swaying on your feet, seeing blurred vision, the brain fog, not processing things. Also, just the overall feeling of being tired.
Yeah.
And this sounds a lot like a hangover. That's exactly what a
That's
hangover
what it
is.
is.
A hangover is dehydration of the body.
Yep.
So all those feelings, like that whole brain fog is a big one. That swimming, you like, I don't know where I'm at. All those things is hydration.
Yeah.
Drinking water, having water, processing that. Another thing, especially in Arizona, that you have to deal with is heat exhaustion. Being in and out. I'm okay. I'm in the air condition. Like, that does not help you.
Yep.
That's a
Temporary relief.
temporary relief, getting the body feeling like I'm okay because I feel better. But that sweating that you're not having because you're dehydrated, stepping outside in that heat, it'll do you in every time.
Yeah. That's what I tell people, like, they ask me about the heat in Arizona all the time. Like, from LA, obviously I'm used to warm weather, but if you're out here, it's a little bit different kind of warm out here. So it's like, if you've got a big jug, or shout out to the ladies out there, you got your Stanley with you full of some ice water. Like, I tell people, like, it's as long as I got my ice water with me and I'm like just a constant kind of stream of that in the car, out doing errands, whatever, you're going to feel fine. Like, yeah, it's hot outside, but
Get in the
stay in the shade, but maintaining like hydration, just a steady flow of it throughout the day makes like a world of the difference. And you can feel it, like, even with when you're familiar with what it's, unfortunately like to have like a dehydrated type workout, and then, you go into a workout one day feeling just absolutely primed up, like in the best condition that you could, like the differences are pretty extreme on how you're feeling, right? So that kind of determines how your workout goes that day also. So, yeah, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, everything's about staying safe, and especially if you're exercising outdoors. Obviously we're inside here in the gym, but rules still apply. So how much of this the H2O, this water, do we really need? So it's really going to depend on your body size, also your intensity in your workout. Are we doing like a low steady state kind of cardio where you might not need super high amounts of water, or are we going outside, power movements, things like that in the heat where, you're going to be sweating a lot. It all kind of depends on those things, but we're going to break it up into the before, during, and after a workout. So before a workout, think of about 16 to 20 ounces of water within the 90 minutes of training. So just to put this in perspective, I think regular water bottles, the plastics, are 16.8, 16.9, something like that. So essentially crushing at least a normal water bottle within an hour of working out. But again, that's just having water. Maybe some people are taking a pre-workout. Some people are having some kind of drink that has caffeine, which is going to have like an, basically like a cancel out kind of effect on your hydration level. So if you need to bump the number more than the 16 to 20 ounces, do it, but you don't want to have too much to the point where you're feeling like a bloated, or like you can even feel like the sloshing, the worst.
Absolutely. It's kind of like that 2-to-1 ratio. It's like if you're having a scoop of pre-workout, probably 2 water bottles.
Yep.
Not saying you have to do it in 30 minutes, but like if you're going to take it, probably have 1 2 to 3 hours before, and then have the water bottle with the pre-workout on top of that, so that way you at least counterbalance it out a little bit.
That's good feel. So that's kind of before your workout, so you're already hydrated, pretty much in the best condition that you can be going into the workout. During the workout, this is where exercise intensity kind of determines on like how much you're needing, but about 7 to 10 ounces every 10 to 20 minutes of activity. So if you're doing an hour long workout, you should probably be consuming somewhere around two, like we're just going to conceptualize in the water bottle because everybody knows what a water bottle looks like. So probably around two of those water bottles and, a workout. Especially if you're outside, that number is probably going to bump even higher. But if you're coming in to the gym, starting the top of an hour with a regular sized water bottle and you're leaving and it's not gone or at least almost gone, you're like 60% behind. Like you should have finished that and probably refilled it, and you're already well into that second bottle by the hour mark. So that's another good marker that you could use if you guys are bringing in regular bottles of water. And then after is super important too, because this is going to aid with the recovery process. So, 16 to 24 ounces of water after a workout. If you're trying to get real scientific with it, you could weigh yourself pre-workout and then again post-workout, and you'd want like that 16 to 24 ounces per pound of body weight that was lost. So, water weight fluctuates obviously throughout the day. That's why, people tell you to jump on the scale early in the day, but then again, we usually wake up dehydrated. So it's like, what's the best time to measure? But if you want to be real particular with it, you could measure pre and post workout, but we're trying to get, about 2 bottles of water post workout as well. So in the whole before, during, and after, you're looking at like 3 to 4 bottles of water, and that could be in the span of like 2 hours. Yes. Right. So that's where you kind of hear sometimes roughly people say like, oh, you're looking to get like 8 glasses of water a day. And that's kind of like 8 bottles of water a day, I guess, which
not
is
even.
It's always usually more than you think. So it's another thing where you have to adapt, just like anything else, where it's like you have to adapt to consuming more protein. If you're not used to eating a lot of protein, you need to get used to having a steady flow of hydration throughout the day. That's the only way you're going to be able to bump your numbers up to what they should be, right? So drinking it consistently throughout the day. Let's talk a little bit about electrolytes. Damon, you want to touch on some electrolytes a little bit and kind of like sweat loss, because we just been talking mainly about water.
Yeah, so for the electrolytes, it's usually good to be able to have some electrolytes in you when you're having high intensity workouts, or if you're the type of person that sweats more than the average person, or if you're working outside. So when you're losing all that sweat, you're losing kind of that energy source for yourself, which could be the sodium, the potassium, the magnesium, and calcium a little bit. That's kind of getting out of your system. So sometimes we have to be able to replenish ourselves by being able to have, what would you guys recommend, like being a good electrolyte drink? Would you guys say like the Gatorlights or maybe the Body Armors or?
Yeah, so when you're, I don't know, when you're looking at least for me, when you're looking at electrolytes, you just got to keep the sugar number in mind, because, you go and like everyone's classic go-to is like a Gatorade, right? But you flip that around and you're like, Gatorade's I'm drinking like a soda, basically.
Yeah,
like
so like there's ones that are like terrible for you, but there's also like Pedialyte. I remember that being a big one.
Yes.
Yep. Personally, I use a little, like they're little individual packets that you can like dump into your cup or whatever. I use Pro Mix. Shout out Pro Mix.
Have you ever tried
promo code.
Electrolyte?
What?
I think there's a brand called Electrolyte.
I don't think so. No.
They come in packages
Little
too.
packets. The packets make it cool, because then it's like if you have a water bottle with you, you can pretty much just add it whenever, and it's like the exact dose that you need.
Yeah.
But like you were touching on with the magnesium and stuff like that, like magnesium is like primary goal, or primary function is like proper muscle function, right? So we want to keep that number where it should be. Potassium helps, sodium too. Potassium helps your electrolyte balance. So all these things are, they're lost through sweat, or through sweating. And it goes a little bit beyond just having water. So these are like the minerals, and we're going to have another pod soon, I think, on like vitamins and minerals and what kind of role they play, but everything has a function, right? So you're trying to just kind of prime yourself and be like optimal while you're working out, post-workout, so your recovery can be, real good. Turn around, work out again the next day at the same intensity. It ensures the best results for you. So, I mean, a lot of times during longer workouts, and especially the outdoor ones like we were talking about, electrolytes, play an even bigger role because you're going to lose sweat a lot faster. So you're going to run into those cramps that you were talking about, the fatigue, the headaches and stuff like that. And then that just, affects overall feeling and performance. So I think simple tips moving into the summer months on hydration: start your day with water.
Yes.
Don't wake up and just jump into the coffee. Guilty as charged. I've done it, obviously, but try to get in water like right when you wake up. Like you should essentially try to conceptualize like a bottle of water and just be like, I should probably drink this before I have my coffee.
Yeah, you also got to think.
Start your digestion process.
Yep, she already said it for me. It's like you got to think too, because you were asleep for, well, we hope 8 hours, but
a long amount of time.
You're doing nothing to your body. You're not fueling your body for 8 straight hours. So when you wake up, water's got to be probably the first thing to do to be able to get the jump start for your whole entire organ system to be able to work.
Everything's got to get functioning again. It's the lightest thing or least intense thing to hit your stomach. So it's like it primes your stomach lining for anything and everything that comes after that. So it's kind of like a wake up, right? And even at that, if you want to get like super picky with it, it should be like room temp water, not like freezing ice. Preferable to be room temp, just so it's not like a shock to the system, right? Obviously, super cold water is extremely thirst quenching, but does the same thing as like room temp water without the intense shock there. As you were mentioning earlier, Terra, don't wait until you're thirsty. There's a good analogy is don't think of hydration like it shouldn't be like an emergency response. Like you shouldn't be responding to thirst. You should be out in front of it trying to continue to fuel your body. Thirst is like the check engine light comes on. Like it's too late, right? What I was saying earlier, bring a water bottle everywhere. Like why would you not? Like just think about just everyday life. Like, what if you start choking on like a chip or something?
Everyone has a water cup or a bottle.
Yeah, you should have water on you and just have a steady flow going. You're gonna feel better and honestly more energized throughout the day. Like days that I lack hydration or I just know I'm a little bit behind, I feel a little draggy. But if I know I'm on it, I'm feeling awake, alert, all the things. Hydrating foods is a good one. Underrated. Watermelon, big watermelon fan. Cucumbers, oranges, strawberries, just anything juicy. I mean, if you squeeze it and some juice comes out of it, like, I mean, come on.
Anything
juicy.
Pickle juice too.
Oh, Damon's big on that pickle
great
juice.
For electrolytes.
Yeah, that was one thing I forgot to mention.
I do drink pickle juice.
I'd get a little, just not like a whole cup, all right, guys? Just a little swig, like shot,
For all you sickos out there reaching in your fridge, drinking. I'm just kidding.
I do.
I'm sitting next to 2 of them. Damn it.
I like pickle juice.
Guess I'm out on that.
It's all right. Don't make you a bad
I like
person.
pickles, and I just don't drink them.
It's okay. We're the cool
Prefer
kids.
to eat them. And then the tall tale classic sign. Pay attention to your urine color.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Chapter 1, page 1. Light is well hydrated. Dark, drink more water. So just to wrap things up here, staying hydrated is going to help with your performance overall. Better endurance. You're going to feel awake, energized. It's going to be safer for you in the long run, especially if you're training indoors, outdoors. Just keeping the body functioning properly. And then it's going to aid with your recovery as well. So you can turn around and do it all again tomorrow. So stay cool, stay hydrated, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the Healthy Living Scottsdale podcast. Do you have a question that you'd like for us to answer live on the podcast? If so, all you need to do is head over to the Apple Podcast app on your iPhone and do 3 simple things. First, leave us a rating and review telling me what you think of the podcast. In that review, ask anything you want related to health, fitness, or nutrition. And if you want a shout out, leave us your Instagram handle or name. That's all you have to do. Then listen to hear your questions answered live on the next Q&A episode.